Hey Crafty Dolls, welcome back, and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. I'm Amber Michon, and today I am sharing with you brand new fall decor using scrapbooking paper from Hobby Lobby. All right, let's get into it. For my first DIY, I am using this beachy home shape from the Dollar Tree and this gorgeous piece of scrapbooking papers. So the first thing I did is I took my heat tool to remove the little foam shell at the top along with the house frame at the top, and I was able to loosen that glue up a bit. Also be mindful that the border of the roof is actually held down with some nails. So I cut myself a little bit once I was pulling everything up, so just be mindful of that. I just cut them off as best I could. Then I just removed the paper on here. I just pulled it off. I didn't really have to do any sanding down, and it was totally fine. After that, I am going to just trace my house frame on my scrapbooking paper and then cut that to size and then adhere it with some an Elmer's glue stick from the Dollar Tree as well. After that is sitting and dried, I just let it sit for maybe about 15 minutes, and then I am going to sand down my edges. This gives your piece a really nice finished touch to it, and it looks like it's supposed to be like that anyways. I also sanded down the paper like on the face of the house just to give it more of a dull look. Once that was done, I used my super glue gel to attach the top of the roof frame and let that sit to dry for another 15 minutes, and that's it for this one. I really like the simplicity of this. It's clean and it'll look great on a table or even in a tier tray.
Guess we weren't meant to be. I know we had problems. I thought we could fix them, but we got tired. There's nothing left to do.
Next up, I'm taking this kind of metallic looking scrapbooking paper. It has a bunch of pumpkins, but when you tilted it, the pumpkins look orange. I think it's really, really pretty. Then I'm going to take this 12 by 12 sign from the Dollar Tree as well as some square dowel rods. I always pick up mine from Amazon. They're linked to my Amazon store in my description box below. So I just measured those out on my sides and cut down where I needed to using my mighty shears. I also got these from Amazon. Then I'm going to just adhere my paper on top. Now, ignore my paint. I painted this sign white because I was going a different direction in this DIY and then decided against it. But anyways, I just put the glue stick, the Elmer's glue stick, over the sign as well as the paper so I can get a nice adhering to it and a nice hold to it. I did have to go back and do some like spot touching on like the corners and stuff because it just wasn't doing what it needed to do on the first take. So after that was done and it was dry enough for me to cut down the edges, I cut down the edges. I'm gonna let that sit to dry. Of course, I always cover my signs with some craft paper, whether it be brown or whatever color I have on hand. That's what's going on the back of the sign. Then I'm going to take my square dowel rods. I'm going to use some antique wax paint color, and I'm going to paint my rods to be my frame on my sign. I love making framed out signs. I just think it's really nice. It gives it a high-end look. Anyways, the way I paint these rods is I just give them one coat and then I wipe it down with a baby wipe and then I go back over it again until I have my desired darkness, antiqueness to it, I guess you would say. I have lately been experimenting with other like stain colors. I got some gel stain from Dixie Belle, so I'm excited to see what other projects I can make and work with different colors. Anyways, I'm gonna let that dry, and then once everything is all good and I've sanded down my edges to my sign, I'm gonna attach my square dowel rods as my frame with some super glue gel from the Dollar Tree as well. And I use these clips from the Dollar Tree to hold them into place. I wanted to add one more element to this, so I found this double stack pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. I picked up a few of them and I really like the Fall Vibes small orange pumpkin. I thought it went really well with this sign. So I'm going to just use my heat tool to remove the small pumpkin from the large pumpkin, and it only takes a couple minutes and just a little bit of elbow grease behind it to pull it apart. And then I just removed some of the paper on the back and I just re-hot glued it down onto my sign. I was trying to decide if I wanted to do it on the middle or the side, but I think it has a high-end look to it when you go kind of offset. So that's what I did on the bottom right corner, and I think it turned out really, really pretty.
By and try to move on. I'll get over you. Only wish that I knew how to go on. Baby, you and me, we're so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here.
For my next paper DIY, I am going to use that leftover pumpkin from the last DIY and another set that I bought. And then I have these two papers from Hobby Lobby. I think they're so pretty, so vibrant in color, and I love them. So what I do is just remove the raffia bows from the pumpkins that have them, use my heat tool to remove the small pumpkin from the large pumpkin, and then use my heat tool to also remove the tags in the front of the paper on the two larger pumpkins. And then I also use my heat tool to remove a little bit more of that paper and glue from the small pumpkin, just so I can get a nice flush look to everything. Then I'm going to take the scrapbooking paper and trace those larger pumpkins right on top and cut those down to size. Once I have those cut down, I'm going to adhere them, yes, with my Elmer's glue stick from the Dollar Tree, and just make sure those are on there good. Let that sit for about 15 minutes. I sand down the sides with my finger sander, and then I am deciding how I want to stack my 3 pumpkins. In the end, I decided just to have the 2 larger ones next on top of each other and then the smaller one in front. And I just used some hot glue to attach everything together. And then I'm just going to use one raffia bow for the Hello Fall small pumpkin and hot glue that right back on top. I thought about putting raffia bows on all 3 pumpkins, but that turned out to be a little bit too much. It's already busy enough, so I just wanted to keep it looking high-end busy, I guess you would say. But I thought it's really cute. For my last DIY today, I have this really pretty scrapbooking paper. I love the blue. I love anything like blue for like fall. I just think it's really pretty. Then I have this small piece of like, I don't know, is this like a cutting board, like a mini cutting board? I think it is. I do the same thing. I trace it on the scrapbooking paper and then cut that down to size, adhere it with my glue stick. And then I'm going to take this Gather Small wood word. I actually don't remember where I got this wood word from, so I can't really tell you where to go get it because I don't remember where I got it. Anyways, I probably got it from Dollar Tree like everything else. I just painted that with some Waverly chalk paint in white, and I just did one coat using a small paintbrush. Again, I sanded down the edges of my small cutting board sign. Then I think this needed a little bit more dimension to it, so I took some burnt umber paint and I painted the sides of this mini cutting board. After that was dry, then I just adhered my Gather word to the side. I did it vertically with some super glue gel and let that sit to dry. And then I needed some more texture on here, so I added some twine at the top of the handle, wrapped that around a few times, adhering it with some hot glue. And that's it for this one. Super adorable. Again, this is going to be great in a tier tray.
When I met you, we were like fireworks. Thought nothing could break us, but oh, how we got burned.
All right, Crafty Dolls, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below which one happened to be your favorite and which one you might recreate yourself. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you are following me on all social media. I am on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Same name, DIY with Amber or Amber Michonne. But that's all I got. Until next time, be blessed, stay safe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.
Both know couldn't work, so we should try to say goodbye.